We are back here. Thanks for joining us here at Lost Legion Games and Comics for another Friday Night Magic tournament. This, of course, is round 2. So I will change the title there, get things squared away. 32 players in tonight's FNM action. I know we do have some, for those of you watching live, you do have some viewing options tonight. So we thank you for being dedicated and checking out our stream. Let's talk about the round 2 matchup that we've got for you. On the left, stream regular and fan favorite Max Turner playing Grixis Control, the Grixis Control list that he will pilot tomorrow at the Star City Games Standard Open in Cincinnati. So if you're going to be there, make sure you let me know. Come and see us as we see the rock, paper, scissors game to start. Scissors Lizard winning. If you want to win your own playset of those cards, make sure you stay tuned. And there will give you more information later in the round about how you can do that. So Max Turner playing the aforementioned Grixis Control against Matt Elliott, aka Dr. Matt, who is rocking American Tempo. So it should be fun. I did hear Matt lamenting a little bit as I did tell him that nobody played Control around here, which in general is correct, but this week he's played 2 Control decks in the first 2 rounds. So I apologize to him for inadvertently slow-rolling him in that regard. But, you know, metagames change even locally from week to week. Alright, so turn 3 Vampire Nighthawk from Maxx into 2 untapped lands for Matt. Boros Reckoner. The breakout card of Gate Crash. Want to see a Dreadbore take it out, one of the few cards that can effectively deal with Reckoner. Abrupt Decay being one of the other ones. And a 4-point life swing as Max piles in for 2 life-linking damage, dropping Matt to 18. So Matt with no action but with 4 mana up, likely telegraphing the Restoration Angel. Or an Restoration Angel, I don't know why it's the. Why I've decided to only play 1. Alright, so Max piling in again. Apologize for the delay as I'm trying to take care of some stuff off camera as well. Such are the perils of the one-man show. So, end of turn Restoration Angel flashes in for Matt. Gives him a way of dealing with Nighthawk, but as well, more importantly, gives him a way of actually winning this game. Slayer Stronghold, land number 5 for Matt. Now let's see what's going on. Choices, choices, choices. Well, he's going to serve in with the Angel, knocking Max down to 21. He's going to Mizzium Mortars. Not overloaded on the Vampire Nighthawk. Max deciding if he wants to trade a counterspell for it, decides that he does not. And at end of turn, he's going to think once and flash it back to think for the full 2 times. Slow Divination. So we see in Max's hand there's a Dissipate and Is It Charm. A bunch of reactive cards he's going to pass back with no play. Max, of course, is playing Drown Yard. We do see 1 Drown Yard is online. So that is possibly his route to victory. Although we do know that Matt is playing Boros Reckoners and Harvest Pyres. So his Harvest Pyres become increasingly better if Max does decide to mill him. We'll see how relevant that is, but it is worth noting. Question in the chat about whether or not I have done something with the quality of the stream, if I've changed any settings or anything like that. No, we haven't really done anything differently, other than that I have tried to shut down as many background processes as I can on my laptop, which I use to broadcast this, and I've also talked with the store manager, and we've summarily kicked several people off of the wireless during the broadcast. So that's, knock on wood, hopefully that is making a positive impact on the stream quality. It was we didn't have any issues with stream connectivity for months. It was going very well, and then in the last few weeks, despite having the new hardwired connection, it has been a little bit difficult. But tonight's going good, and like I said, I will cross my fingers and hope things stay that way. So, Snapcaster Mage, comes in into turn for Maxx, serves in on attacks. Matt flashing in his Restoration Angel. We'll see how Maxx responds to this. See if he gets to block or not. He's going to syncopate for 3. He's going to hold on. Hey, exile the angel. And we make sure that the angel gets exiled with syncopate. That is very relevant in this matchup because Matt has a lot of interactions with his graveyard, including Moorland Haunt as well as Harvest Pyre. So I want to make sure that doesn't become an issue. Sounds like in the chat that the stream is running pretty smooth tonight, so it's good to hear. I'm glad you guys are taking advantage of it. I debated doing the stream tonight as we see another angel get in and take out the Snapcaster Mage, and a Tamiyo come down, likely tapping down the angel. I did debate doing a broadcast tonight because I knew there would be nobody watching because of the Pro Tour, but I figured, hey, why not? Fighting the good fight, staying dedicated. And as always, we can have these videos up on YouTube throughout the week, and people enjoy watching those, so we'll do that. And yet again, I've forgotten to put the clock on. They should fire me from this job I don't get paid for. Oh my. It's been a long week and a long day, and I've got a long day of driving ahead of me tomorrow as we go to the Star City event, so I'm going to be hot garbage. So Matt, ton of mana, ton of cards in his hand, a Restoration Angel that's been tapped down by Tamiyo. And he's doing a Sphinx's Revelation for... He's playing around Syncopate. It's what he's doing. I can hear him out there saying that he's wondering if Maxx probably plays one of them in his deck, and he's wasting things here. But looks like initially he's Sphinxing for 2. And now he's realizing he can't cast that because he does not have double blue. Good sportsmanship from Dr. Matt. I have seen numerous times before where similar situations players have just assumed they can cast all of their spells. The mana bases are very liberal in this standard environment, but you still do have to have the right color requirements. That has not changed. So Matt up against it here with Tamiyo. He does have burn and he does have flash creatures. We see a double Drownyard activation from Maxx. There's a Reckoner, an Augur, and another Reckoner. Sideboarded, Matt does have access to Runechanter's Pike, a couple of Detention Spheres, and some Counterflux. So he does have a good matchup post-board. Maxx going to go ahead and Devil's Play Matt's Angel, which is usually an indication that he's decided on the mill plan. This is win condition for this game. By getting rid of that Angel, not only will it prevent Matt from having a win condition on board, but it will also allow him to tap down a land with Tamiyo. But as Boros Charm makes Restoration Angel indestructible, he's going to have to tap down the Angel yet again. Let's see if Matt can come up with some kind of business. I see Pillar in his hand, a Sphinx's Revelation, another Pillar. Pillars are absolutely useless in this matchup. Won't kill a Nighthawk. You don't care about Snapcaster Mage, and they're not effective enough at burning out your opponent. Looks like another Sphinx's Revelation playing around Syncopate. Dissipate is just a hard counter, though. Going to Pillar of Flame the Tamiyo to keep it honest and off of its ultimate, while Maxx is tapped out. Maxx has just drawn his third Drown Yard. He does not have enough mana to activate all of them, as it does require 12 mana, and he just has 10 on board. Matt desperately trying to come up with some kind of offense here. Snapcaster Mage does resolve. He's going to flash back a Boros Charm, it looks like. So he has targeted Boros Charm. He's going to give the Snapcaster Mage haste, and it's going to get Is It Charmed. And Matt is going to use the Boros Charm flashback, giving the Snapcaster Mage indestructibility, forcing Maxx to use another card. Kind of confusing there, because you could technically Boros Charm, Maxx in response, redirect to Tamiyo is also pretty good. Another Is It Charm in response should be good enough. So Tamiyo stays at 6, but I think Matt's going to be pretty pleased with that, how that worked out. He basically traded 2 for 1 there. 1 Drown Yard activation. There's another Reckoner and 2 lands. Maxx running out of cards in hand, but he does have double Drown Yards here. He's still at 16 life, and it's going to be tough for Matt to do 16 damage, especially now through a blocker and a lifelinker. What got tapped down here? Oh, Maxx choosing to tap down the Slayer Stronghold this turn. Must have a Doomblade or Ultimate Price or something like that. Snapcaster Mage in response to Mizzium Mortars. Flashing back Dissipate. Does Matt have a counter back? Nope. He does not. Maxx all answers all the time. He's going to Harvest Pyre after Maxx taps out there. And then he's going to serve into Tamiyo for 3 with his Restoration Angel. So Matt, I think, only has 1 Boros Reckoner left in the deck and 1 copy of Harvest Pyre. But at some point, Matt's graveyard is going to be so big that Harvest Pyre on Reckoner is going to be good enough. So Tamiyo tapping down the Angel now. Maxx, 2 Drown Yards online. All 3 of them in play, but only enough mana for 2. Matt desperately trying to come up with some kind of offense. Sphinx's Revelation. The last card in Maxx's hand was a Snapcaster Mage, so flashback of Is It Charm is good enough. So Matt tapped out down to 1 card in hand. Maxx on the beatdown plan here. Might see an opening just to win via damage. And there's an Olivia, so the game will be over next turn unless Matt can come up with some kind of craziness here. Tapping down the Slayer's Stronghold to prevent haste. Any shenanigans. Matt has a Sulphur Falls in hand and a card I cannot see. So one land and a mystery card. Blocking with Olivia before damage. And then Supreme Verdicting. So Matt is playing a main deck copy of Supreme Verdict. Earlier in the night I said it, I didn't think he was, but he is. Excuse me. Maxx piling out his Drown Yards, leaving him with no cards in hand, 2 Drown Yards online, tapping down the Slayer's Stronghold. Matt with just 1 card in hand. Always going to drown him beforehand. 3, 4, 5, 6. There was the other copy of Harvest Pyre. So that plan is gone. Oh, I do know that Matt has in his sideboard a copy of Psychic Spiral, which is really, really good in this situation. Azorius Charm cycling, digging for business. Thought Scour, targeting Maxx. Getting rid of Dr. Nicholas Bolus, as we like to call him. Of course, that is the old Schrodinger's cat analogy. Matt didn't know that was on top of his deck. He's simply targeting Maxx so he doesn't mill himself even further. And now we have all 3 Drown Yards online, so this game is likely over. Tamiyo up to ultimate levels. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Matt with clearly not enough cards to be relevant. So Matt has to win on this turn or the game is over. Slayer's Stronghold tapped by Tamiyo. He draws a Boros Charm and a Sphinx's Revelation. Boros Charm Tamiyo, just for fun. And that's good enough. So the mill plan gets there for Maxx. This is not the best matchup for the American Flash deck, as they are somewhat threat light and don't play a ton of counter magic, but he will have more access in the sideboard of games. Let's see if we can figure out what Maxx is bringing in there. A couple Dispels. Ultimate Price is coming in. No, it's not. Cannot make out exactly what he's bringing in. I know Matt is bringing in Runechainer's Pike, as well as Counterflux, Detention Spheres, things of that nature. So we'll move to game 2 here as the Grixis control list of Max Turner takes game 1. And for those of you who watched in the past, you know exactly what time it is. You may have seen these guys and the 2 gentlemen who played in the round before start their game off with a delightful game of rock, paper, scissors. Don't roll dice or flip coins. This is not the Wild West. We've moved into the 21st century. Start your games like a box with rock, paper, scissors. Play set of cards from the Unglued Parody Expansion set. If you don't have your own, well, you're in luck, because we give them away each and every week. I've sent off, at this point I think I've sent 20 different play sets of these out. If you are overseas, you're more than welcome to enter. If you're local, you are still welcome to enter. How do you enter this drawing? It's very simple. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic, and look for the giveaway post that I just posted. Step 1, make sure you like the page. You are only eligible to win if you like our page. So make sure you do that. It's very quick, very easy, doesn't cost you a thing, and helps us spread the word about our modest little stream here. And after you've liked that page, look for the giveaway. Every time you like it, comment on it, share it, or if you retweet the appropriate tweet on Twitter, which my Twitter is @ZachSellsMagic. Each one of those actions is good for a separate entry, so you get up to 4 entries per week. And then during round 2 of the following week, I will draw, and some lucky so-and-so will win a playset of those cards. So go to facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic for more information. Make sure you like the page. That is, of course, the easiest way to help our stream out. Like I said, it doesn't cost you anything financially. It only takes a few minutes of your time. Daily content on our webpage. It is I update it daily with a variety of interesting Magic news, deck lists, links, videos, all kinds of fun stuff like that. It is a pretty good Magic content aggregator. So if you're interested in those cards, make sure you enter for your chance to win. And even if you aren't interested in those cards, if you can do a brother a solid, head over to our Facebook page, like it, and spread the word. You will forever be my friend. I get a little choppiness there in the stream playback. Hopefully that's been sorted now. I've found that when I open a variety of Google Chrome windows, it sometimes doesn't like that either, but hopefully we've got it sorted. So we move into game 2 here between the Grixis control deck and American Flash. Somebody is thinking here. Not sure if it's Matt or if it's Maxx. It's also inconvenient because their names are only 2 letters different, and they keep wanting to say the wrong name each and every time. So it looks like Matt had a thinker, and he's sending them back for a fresh 6. Not the best thing you want to do against a control deck when you are on the play, but too many times in Magic I've seen newer players lose a game, then blame it on their deck, having kept a hand that had no possible chance of winning. Mulliganing is definitely a skill, and it's part of the game. Of course, I'm preaching to the choir because everyone who follows our stream is, of course, only the highest quality of Magic players. So I'm sure you are more than capable of mulliganing effectively. So we'll wait for these guys to settle up here. Hopefully get back to some action. I apologize again, I am in here by myself. Garrett Meadows was here earlier, but he is also going to Cincinnati tomorrow, so he is not playing tonight. He took off a little bit early so that he could take care of some things before the evening got too late. And then everybody else is out there playing some wizard fights. So it's a good problem to have, I know. So Matt keeps 6 on the play, leads with a tapped Sulphur Falls, tapped Steam Vents from Maxx. Lots of tapped lands. Both of these decks don't do a whole heck of a lot on each other's turns. Not a lot of sorcery speed interaction from these guys.
Creeping in.
Hey Adam.
How's it going?
How did you do in round 2?
One, but I'm dropping to get sleep.
Oh,
There's all around.
because you are going tomorrow?
Yeah.
If you were 2-0, would you drop?
I would. Yeah, I think so.
Are you playing the deck that you played tonight? Of course, we are joined here by Adam
Yeah,
Vickers.
I'm playing Keebler Ooze tomorrow.
Keebler Ooze.
I don't know if I'm doing the main event.
Or just winning some boxes.
Yeah, or winning some boxes, yeah. I'd like to do Modern, but I think
Come in?
it's playing my Snapcasters. So.
You can, nope. Well, if you would like to play Modern, you're more than welcome to borrow mine.
Alright. Which, if they get 8 people, then, that's what I want to do.
Well, last time we went to Star City Open in Columbus, there were 3 people in a Modern winner box for the entire day.
Yeah, so that's not a good...
Because, Modern's really catching on. Wizards is doing a great job of promoting that. Because, it's so much cheaper. Did you know the Jund... I built that Jund...
Okay.
You know how much it costs on Star City, that deck I put together?
A lot.
$2,000.
A bunch.
$2,000.
Yeah.
Now, conversely, because I completely ignore this match.
Well, they're not doing anything.
They're not doing a whole lot.
Snapcaster
beat down.
Boring.
In contrast to that, do you know how many legacy decks I have that don't cost $2,000?
None.
No, several.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to play Jund, and I guess it helps me because I'm a card vault, and I just hold everything. I never trade it.
But I'm just
really,
there's a lot of those. You're exactly right. In all formats, you can find cheaper points of entry, but a lot of those decks are very expensive, and they make it seem like, oh, it's so much cheaper.
I know. Well, and I want to play the Gifts Ungiven deck.
Slaughter Games. Slaughter Games naming what? We'll find out when he starts pulling cards out. Matt reading it.
Probably Angel or... I think he'll probably go with,
Reckoner.
No, the Expel. The one that they
Sphinx's
gained.
Revelation?
Yeah, Sphinx's Revelation.
Oh, Geist of St. Trav. Which is pretty funny,
Because he's probably not playing any.
I know... Well, no, he got the Geist there. I know, because I was with Matt when he was pulling the deck together earlier tonight. Those come in the sideboard. We have seen multiple times. I can't remember any of them distinctly come to mind, but we've seen many times Slaughter Games completely whiff on camera.
Yeah.
Because they've sideboarded out whatever.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
But Matt has Reckoner, Counterflux, 2 Snapcasters, and a red card that I don't know what it is. It might be Mizium Mortars.
I think maybe a Snapcaster at the end of turn. Get in those beats.
Oh, it
doesn't have a Counterflux?
Doesn't have another blue source.
He does. I'm watching the wrong one.
Yeah, you're watching the delayed.
I think
like a total noob.
I think he has the blue on the delay though. Whatever, I'm caught up now.
He had 2 mana tapped.
Yeah.
But the other one, he had tapped. Oh no, he could have.
Yeah, he had blue.
All right, fine.
The delay wins.
Whatever.
You may be calling it from the future. I was calling it from the past.
Yes. Even with prior knowledge of what was going to happen, you were more accurate than me. Which is why I'm world class when it comes to Magic commentary.
You are...
You know, the Pro Tour was like, hey, Zach, are you available to come to Montreal for this Pro Tour coverage? And I was like, you know what, guys, that's a long trip.
I gotta go to Cincinnati.
I gotta go to Cincinnati and do nothing.
But you know what? I am happy with the coverage because Wizards has picked up on that new Vine service that Twitter's been doing.
You're all about that Vine.
Hey, it's the future. They've been doing nice little, taking pictures of each card in a pack and being like, which one would you pick?
I don't enjoy their coverage simply because...
My Flores is no longer on
No, all of the coverage is... all the decks are the same. Have you watched any of them?
No, because I got better things
They
to
all
do.
use 75% of the same cards.
Yeah,
They're just slightly different.
And I really don't like to listen to Rich Hogan. I love
Rich
BDM.
Hagan?
I love BDM.
No, they only do the top 8.
Yeah.
It's Marshall Sutcliffe and Rashad Miller and Zach
Yeah, I don't
Hill.
like any of those guys.
It's a revolving door. I mean, they're all fine. And believe me, none of this comes from a place of me pretending like what I do in here is anything other than just a silly little hobby. Like, I'm not suggesting that I'm better, but like, as someone who consumes Magic, content.
But I miss Mike Flores.
So while I've been blabbering about nonsense here with Adam Vickers and a silent Jonathan Wright who snuck in as well, Maxx at 14, Matt at 17. Matt with an Augur of Bolus, which hits an Azorius Charm.
Oh, I need to watch right.
And a Snapcaster Mage on board.
You going tomorrow?
You gotta work?
Whatever.
You don't work? Oh, because you're back to school.
Yeah.
Gotta learn. You gotta do that book learning.
Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right, man. Have a good rest up. Good luck tomorrow at the event.
I'll need it.
I'll try my best to remember to bring my Snapcasters for you.
Alright.
Do you want them now?
No.
Okay. Well, that's dangerous. Not taking them now gives me the out to forget them in the morning. So how are you doing tonight? We saw you go to a draw in round 1 against Dr. Matt. Round 2, you win?
Yep, 101.
I would have been curious to see if you and Matt had kept playing. Who would have won?
Well, he would have won. I was he had a Sphinx's Revelation. He had so much card advantage on me.
Right. He drew 1,000,000 cards that game.
He whiffed on 2 augurs.
Yes, but there were multiple times where you could have drawn a burn spell and killed him. It just, But you don't run a ton of burn, to be quite honest. Boar's Charms are in there. Yeah, Pillars are awful.
I have 5
Spears?
burn spells.
You play 1 spear or 2 spears
3 spears.
and 2 charms.
2 charms, yeah.
Okay.
But I got greedy. I should have at least held the Snapcaster for his turn. Waited for him to tap out for Sphinx's Revelation or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Question in the chat about who won rock, paper, scissors this week. I have not drawn yet. I usually draw after the round is over. So I will definitely let you know and post it in the chat when it happens. It's very hard for me to both draw for the rock, paper, scissors and also pay attention to anything that's going on. End of turn, tapping out for 5, Sphinx for 2. Sphinx for 2. Matt's very mad at me because earlier I told him tonight that he should make some pre-board choices because nobody really plays control here, which I think, in a vacuum, is absolutely true. Of the 32 people playing here tonight...
Look at him now.
Huh?
Look at him now.
And then he played against you and... But I tried. It's just variance because like half this sheet is like Naya, mono red. Lots of creatures in tonight's FNM field.
I have such a problem with Luxodon Smiter. Playing so many main deck answers for him just for here.
You should splash green and black for Abrupt Decay. Just go 5 color. 5 color garbage. That can't do anything. Because while the mana is good, it's not that good. Those 5 color control decks really leaned on the Vivid lands. Are you familiar with those? The ones that come in and play tap, but you can tap them and remove a counter, get any color mana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like they don't have 2 counters. Like that's 5 color control thrived in that day. Like now, you just kind of have to naturally draw your.
Right.
You can't splash for one. You can't play 1 Overgrown Tomb because you don't have fetch lands to go search it out. You can play Farseek, I guess, but then you're playing Farseek.
It changes the deck a lot.
Yeah. So I'm amassing an actual offensive here. Attacking with Angel. Ultimate price on Angel. Let's see, a Boros Reckoner, a Azorius Charm, a Sphinx's Revelation, and a Counterflux in Matt's hand. The question is, do you want to fight over this, or do you want to fight over something else? I don't know. Because my head hurts.
Dr. Allen.
I gotta needle him a little bit then. He's wearing scrubs. Did you notice that?
I saw that, and I was
but
curious.
He always wears scrubs.
I was like, oh, he's probably just coming back from work or something. And I was like, oh, wait, he's visiting.
Yeah, he's come back from Charlotte. Just drove from work, or Charlottesville, I should say. Oh, and there is the copy of Psychic Spiral. So Matt Side did 1 copy of that, which is very good. Of course, milling it is unfortunate, but he does have 3 more Snapcasters in his deck. Or 2 more, because there's 1 in the bin. So Dreadbore, 1 Boros Reckoner.
Good answer.
We do see the Harvest Pyre, which is the 2-card combo with Boros Reckoner, which is a great way to win the game. Are you familiar with that combo?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's super good.
Oh yeah, I was scared of it.
So what is Matt going to do here? He has a Snapcaster, but is there anything in his bin that can save it? Counterflux. But he's now tapped out. So Maxx can do... I'm really struggling with the Matt versus Maxx names here.
I think that might have been Max's only answer for the Boros Reckoner. He probably has a burn spell, but...
Well, he can kill it, but he doesn't have like effective ways of doing it without taking damage. But he's at 14. I do have Matt's life total incorrect, but... Oh, yeah, Snapcaster on Dreadbore.
How many cards do they have?
Who, Maxx?
Maxx is at 2.
Maxx has 2, I think. So, animates and serves in with a Rakdos Keyring. Knocks Matt down to 12. There's 5 rounds tonight, right? Did JB in your first round match, did he come over and say that's time?
Yeah.
Because, like, since you guys were only one, we had no idea. Like, when Matt was, like, doing all those weird things at the end and then, like, scooped, I was like, why did he scoop? He didn't lose. And then we figured out, oh, it's time.
Right, yeah.
But, like, we have no idea because we can't hear him. JB trolled us. Is that a Jace Memory Adept into only one blue untapped mana? Does it resolve? The fact that Maxx is not immediately tapping 3 for Syncopate is probably a good sign. And it does stick. So that's going to be like Max's worst nightmare, right?
He just used up his Dreadbore.
He just used the Dreadbore. Well, you could answer the Reckoner too, you know what I mean? So there's 5 off the top, including an Olivia. Dispel and another Snapcaster Mage. So it's going to sort the Think Twice to the top because he's going to cast it end of turn. So now this just becomes a Jace game, right, for Matt? Right, he just sits back, blocks every attack into it.
Right.
Maxx can animate 2 key runes and attack with a Snapcaster. Oh, does he have his own Jace? Is he just going to kill it? Oh, Tameo. So he can Tameo, tap down a blocker, then animate both his key runes and attack and kill Jace.
He still has 1 blocker, right?
Yeah, but like any combination of the other 2 creatures. See, at this point he'll die to the Snapcaster Mage.
Oh, right. I forgot about the Snapcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it's going to do.
That is a perfect solution to this. All at Jace. There is no card in Max's deck. Well, I don't think he's playing an Unsummon. You just block the Snapcaster here and let Jace die, right? Barring some shenanigans. Oh, Matt does have an untapped Sacred. He's going to block there, and is he going to Harvest Pyre one of the key runes?
Oh, he has 2 untapped. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, no, he's going to Azorius Charm. Even better. Even better. So the question is, does Maxx have like a burn spell or something to finish off Tammy?
He doesn't have any red.
He has a Steam Vince there. That's an old Steam Vince.
Oh, okay. Oh, those 2 watery graves.
Yep.
I don't know how you do this. I can't tell any of the cards apart.
I've done it a long time. You're not the first person to ask me, and I tell you the same thing I tell them, which is that I've done this for a long time. Hey, Scott.
2 up?
2 up.
So Matt untaps here with a Jace on 1.
Dr. Matt Elliott.
So he's not even... Jace can't even die this turn unless Maxx comes up with another removal spell or some kind of shenanigans, because he's only got the 1 key rune now.
He still has Tameo to tap the Augur.
That's a good point. But Matt might... I don't know what kind of burn Matt still has left in his deck.
Surely yes.
Another Olivia, another Jace. Jace was... The last card milled was a Jace. The Architect of Thought.
How come I never get an Esquire?
Oh, what?
How come I never get Esquire at the end of my name?
Well, the reason I put Dr. Matt is because we referred to him only as Dr. Matt for like the last few weeks, talking about how he was coming in. Also, I like to needle him like that. Because he doesn't ever refer to himself as Dr. Matt.
I got thrashed mightily and I was bored. But there's not enough room.
Here,
So
No. It's just...
I don't like that much.
you don't you don't have to. Or you can, okay. Thank you, sir. He's a nice guy, that guy. He just thrashed me so hard, though.
Well, he's playing mono red.
I beat him the first game,
Scott always plays mono red.
I've heard that.
And if mono red is not good, Scott is not here. He pilots it well. So 4 mana for something. Devil's Play on Jace. Does that resolve? I mean, Matt has like a million untapped manas. Well, this is the Snapcaster tell, isn't it? When in response to a spell you dig through your graveyard. So surely he's got a counterflux or something in there, right? There is the Snapcaster. No! Pretty big. Now the question is, can Matt do 14 damage to Maxx in the 3 minutes and 5 turns he has left?
It's going to be hard to do that. He's got the Tameo on the board. He didn't attack for, what, like 3 straight turns?
Yeah.
So he was relying on the mill.
Well, I mean, I think you'd have to go
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
what you have to do, but that's just so devastating when Chase gets destroyed.
Is your first name T-H-A-N or T-H-O-N?
Man.
A-N. I like how
You switch it up every week.
I also like how you thought about it there for a second.
Well,
Is there anything? Is it just Thawne? Fan. That's your name.
I don't know if anyone spells it with an O, but I always think about it.
It's like John Nathan.
My brother's name is Jonathan, and I can be honest right now, I don't know if it was an A or no.
His first name
Usually
is Johnson.
people ask if
Jonathan.
there's an H before the N.
I really thought you said his first name was Johnson, and I was like, that's unfortunate.
So it's Joe Nathan.
Yes.
That will help me for future
Joe
reference.
Nathan.
Thought Scour targeting himself. Maxx has been tapping down the Slayer's Stronghold, which I think is a good play. Because he's not going to lose to Snapcaster, but he will lose to Angel with Haste, or Reckoner with Haste, or something like that. Is this the aforementioned Reckoner?
And I gotta say,
Detention Sphere.
I picked up 2 Reckoners for $9 a pop, and I thought that was expensive recently.
Recently, really?
And then they just went through the roof.
Well, this is the problem with the internet. Is because if a card is good, then a lot of people rush out to buy it. But that's not why it shoots up in price. The reason it shoots up in price is because of all the speculators who, rather than getting a real job, just buy and sell Magic cards. And they buy out entire stores' supplies of them. And then it's just supply and demand.
But I gotta say, more power to them if they can do that and not work. I mean,
Well, I don't know. I'm very... that drives me nuts. I used to buy and sell a lot. I don't really speculate. I just just buy, sell, and trade, like flip collections and stuff. But like, oh my,
What was this on?
Snapcaster. Slaughter Games on Snapcaster.
Well,
Speculation is something that you can't prevent. It's
wow.
just
There's 2 in his hand?
I think so, yeah.
It's not a bad move.
Why didn't he flash one in?
He just didn't.
There's only 2 cards.
Is he leaving counter? He's got 2 cards right here.
Did he show them?
I don't know if he did or not. If he did, it's just because he forgets how Slaughter Games work. Matt will never make a strategic mistake, but he will occasionally make a mistake because he just miscounts something. It's like that level of, everyone can make mistakes, but I'll make a mistake because I just strategically do something wrong at some point in the game.
There are just some people that understand the game on a level that I will
There we
never
go.
understand.
Yeah.
So what was that? A Harvest Fire and a Sphinx's Revelation? And he draws another land.
Ah, there it is.
This one is on delay.
Oh.
That's the actual stream. I just keep that up to monitor the chat and to see if it's working.
I see.
We're very high tech in this broom closet. And by we, I mean me. And
So
by,
this is the stream.
That's-
the audio is.
the audio is synced, but it's just because it's recorded as we're watching on my screen,
Right.
and then it will be synced on there. So end of turn, Sphinx's Revelation.
Leaving up. Negate now?
Yes. I hate Sphinx's Revelation more than life itself.
Thought you hated Bonfire.
I hate Bonfire too. The one doesn't. They're not mutually exclusive. I can hate them both.
Was Frontline Medic making waves at all?
No.
I don't think it's good enough.
Or,
I mean, you can play around it.
It's not fun to sack your dude.
right.
I just hate it. It just makes the game so slow, and it's like it's such a just slogs.
I've been considering.
It just slogs. That's a good sentence.
I've been considering putting Reverberate in my sideboard. Just to.
Well, there was an interesting card from Dark Ascension that saw some play in the control mirrors in the past.
Curse of Echoes.
Curse of Echoes. You curse your opponent, and then number one, their counter magic is all shut off, as we hear time called in the round. But also, the Sphinx's Revelation, you just get to copy. And it's especially good in Control Mirror because your goes on the stack first, because it's a triggered ability, so you can then counter theirs. It does cost 5, though.
I think it costs 4 or 6. I think it's 4 and 2 blue.
Either.
It's 1 blue.
I think it's 4 and a blue. Either way, it is not a...
Where's the Oracle?
Interesting story about that. I talked earlier on the stream about it. The site that I use, Deckbox, for all of my card viewing and whatnot, is down. Like, the whole site is just, like, if you search for it, not there.
You're going to lose all your...
Oh, I don't know if I am or not. If so, it happens. I mean, what can you do? It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
You ever notice how messy some players are with their lands? It's how orderly others are.
It's like a signature, right? You know, because doctors have bad signatures. Bam!
I try to group mine by 3s, and then after that, if I have too much land on the table, it gets really amazing.
I never play more than 3 land because the game should be over by that point. Show and Tell costs 3 mana.
Wow. Really in love with yourself there, aren't you?
Me?
Yeah.
No, everyone knows that I just want the game to be over as quickly as possible. In whatever format, I just want it over.
Unfortunately, it's going to be... Oh, wait, how many cards...
Usually people say I don't even really like to play.
That's what it sounds like.
Is Max going to be able to mill him out?
No, I don't know what turn it is. But remember, Psychic Spiral is in Matt's graveyard, but he got all of his...
Snapcasters are gone.
But you could attack with Snapcaster Azorius.
Restoration. Well,
You could Restoration Angel it. Azorius Charm won't bounce it. Is there anything that will bounce it? I don't think in this deck. He's not playing on something.
Angel.
Yeah, Angel would win.
There's a lot of stuff we can do. But
Angel would win here
I would
because
love to see that.
you could blink the Snapcaster, recast Psychic Spiral. I don't know if you could beat a like surely Max has a counter, right? That would be the highlight of the year if that happens.
So what are people doing to deal with Reckoner right now? Because he just wrecked my face.
Victim of Night.
Yeah.
Victim of
Well,
Night is
I'm running
good.
9 right now. I was thinking pacifism.
O-Ring is still good.
Cedric Phillips.
There is the Angel.
Oh, it is?
There is
Okay.
the Angel. So if you weren't familiar, Psychic Spiral will mill target opponent equal to the number of cards in your graveyard. It has to resolve. How much does Psychic Spiral cast?
Psychic Spiral is 5.
5.
4, isn't it?
It could be.
I thought it was 3 and
Well, it got dissipated.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just don't know if Matt has enough.
Counter battle.
I don't know if he has enough mana to.
Well,
Usually Max is the highlight of the week. This week, Max denying us the highlight of the week.
thanks, Max.
What a jerk. I think it costs 5. Isn't it 4 and a blue?
I'm pretty sure. I could check.
So he did have mana to theoretically like negate and then cast it. What if he has another one? Oh, that won't work.
Yeah, he doesn't have mana.
That was his only out. There's no way this game. Harvest Pyre Snapcaster.
It is 5. Well, the
Yeah,
foil
4
one
and
costs
blue.
5.
The foil one costs
Not
5.
the regular one costs.
Oh, that was all at the end of Max's turn.
Okay, so...
Oh, does he have another Angel? He
does.
doesn't.
His Revelation.
There's a Sacred Foundry. Paying
Untapped.
2. Why not? Like, they're in time. Like, Matt's not gonna lose to damage.
Right.
He's gonna lose to having 3 cards in his library. Are all of his Angels out? He plays 3.
Come on, Laboratory Maniac.
Oh, how good would that be?
What a great sideboard card against like a deck like this.
Well, of course, Laboratory Maniac's great against the mill plan, but also you're playing against a deck that has infinite removal. Jace! Is it enough though? They were counting libraries.
Oh, would he play it if it wasn't?
He tapped one too many, didn't he?
It's just a big old mess in there. You can't really
matters
tell.
right now.
I
Does
see
it?
5 tapped, but
It resolves. Maybe it doesn't. Max,
Checking sideboard.
he's trying to figure out what's in his... Is it Charm? Pay 2 more. Oh no, loot.
He's kind of desperate now, isn't he?
Oh, okay, well.
The most... Oh, he had the Angel. He had the Angel. He could have gone that. Wouldn't have that been more fun?
It would have won him. Boy.
That would have been more fun for us.
Yeah.
More fun for us. So congratulations.
Back it up, tell him to do it.
Congratulations to Matt Elliott. Hasn't played Magic at FNM in months, and is now 0-2. I guess 3-0-2 would make the top 8. That's a long shot, but...
I'm 1-1 right now. That stupid red deck. That thing just massacred me.
All right, so while we've got time here, very quickly...
I don't. He fried everything that I got. I Divine Deflection and did some little magic there with killing some of his stuff, but I just couldn't keep up. I know Stromkirk Nobles blow right through my humans, obviously.
Right.
It's tough for you.
I mean, I would like to have one matchup where I don't side out all my pillars.
One solution that I found in that instance between your deck and the red deck is you could just cry about it. About your pillars. Because I know that's a real sore spot. Have you ever thought about that, just crying about it? Let's give away some magic cards. What do you say? So they were asking before, every week we give away play sets of rock, paper, scissors.
Wait, I would like a play set of rock, paper, scissors.
Then you need to go to our website and enter in the weekly drawing.
Well, enter it for me. You're the one on the computer.
Facebook. You don't have it.
What did you say?
I don't have social media.
I really thought he just said he doesn't have sexual media.
We have
I don't either.
84 entries, 46 separate people, but 84 different entries. So if you guys will confirm the number.
Oh, and Aaron Daly wins. All right.
63. I'll confirm it my damn self then. Oh, this is very exciting. So Nathan Chapman won. I don't think he watches live. I think he watches after the fact. Nathan Chapman lives in, I think, Alberta, Canada. He has followed us for since the dawn of time. I talk to him every week on Facebook, and he's like, eventually I'm going to win these. And he's the one who takes advantage of he retweets, he likes comments, he does them all. So, diligence, fighting the good fight.
He's probably not watching the stream.
He'll be watching after the fact, and he'll be very excited. So congratulations to Nathan Chapman. He is the winner of this week's giveaway. Remember, if you want to win the upcoming week that we draw for next week, just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. The most recent post is the giveaway. So make sure to check it out. Got some new people there. Someone named Francis is watching, so hello to him.
All right.
Hello to everyone else. We have a very dedicated 40 people watching us tonight. There are, we're only 14,500 people behind the Magic Pro Tour.
Dude, we'll get there.
One of these days.
A couple more weeks.
One of these
I'm
days. Sure. It is very frustrating because we did get up to 200 and 225 a couple weeks ago, but then between release, launch, all that stuff, and now with the Pro Tour,
Are you guys going to Cincinnati tomorrow?
I'm going to Cincinnati tomorrow. I'm driving to Cincinnati tomorrow. It is going to be awful. My life from about 5 in the morning till 10 o'clock tomorrow is going to be absolutely miserable. I was going to ride with Garrett, but then when Matt came in, he also wanted to go, which is convenient that it's it's local and he can do it on his time off. But that puts us over 4 people, so we had to take 2 cars. So now I'm driving. So I went from riding, most definitely sleeping in the back on the way up there, to now driving, and then driving back.
Thing is, I would enjoy that. I would love to drive, even if it was early, but I've got education. I got tests next week. I got
learning.
Yeah, learning. I got a future, man.
I'm broke, right?
I'm going to be a drug dealer.
Pharmacist. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I would love to play.
Well, Garrett's playing.
Yes,
I think
thank you for watching Off Night.
Well, Aaron, of course, trolling me because I made a typo as I was trying to thank someone for watching. See, there's 2 distinct camps. There are the people who never watch live because they're playing in their own events, and so they always watch on YouTube. And then there's people who never watch the YouTube videos, but they religiously watch live. And so they're 2 very different camps. So
I watch YouTube all the time.
Mm-hmm. Just not our stream, just in general, just YouTube, just funny cat videos.
Yeah, I mean after.
How are you familiar with the Harlem Shake?
I don't understand what it is.
I saw you post about last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, is the first time I discovered it. And I would like to consider myself fairly up to date in the world of internet memes.
Savvy.
Yes, and I had never seen it before, and I noticed it a couple weeks ago, and then last week it's exploded, but I think it's several months old. It's not new by any stretch.
I saw one today for the first time. The first thing I've ever seen, the Black Harlem Shake.
Yeah, that one's just very weird. The guy just pours milk on his head.
Right. Is that Is that what the normal one is? And it's just
No, here's what the Harlem Shake is, and I'll put something in our recap post on the Facebook page afterwards. But the Harlem Shake is a song, and then the skateboarding people in California did one, and it was basically a guy in a motorcycle helmet. Thanks, JB. A guy in a motorcycle helmet dancing to the intro of a song. It's like a dubstep song, even though the song is pretty old. He's just dancing to it, and then when he goes to the heavy drop, then it just like hard cuts to like everybody in the room like just going crazy. And so everything is like a repeat of that. It's just like one guy in some kind of headwear, like, and everybody's just like doing their normal business, and then it goes, and then everybody's just like, yeah, exactly. The first couple you see are very funny. So you guys are playing, Jonathan, you are playing Corey Ryan at table 4. And Aaron
7.
playing Brandon Hodge, table 7. So good luck to you guys.
Thank you, sir.
For those of you watching here, stick with us. I'm going to step outside, find you another feature match, and then we'll be back shortly with round 3 of tonight's Friday Night Magic action. So stay around.